Official, Luka Modrić joins AC Milan. Manchester United risks losing Victor Osimhen due to stinginess. Bayern has agreed a contract with Luis Díaz, but there's a catch. Liverpool stands firm. All of this and more in today's episode. Manchester United risks losing Victor Osimhen due to stinginess. Galatasaray is ready to seize the moment. Manchester United is very eager to sign Victor Osimhen, but as reported by Corriere dello Sport, the club asked the player to lower his salary demands, and he flatly refused. Osimhen expects a contract with a salary of around 16 million euros per year, which is approximately £285,000 per week. This, surprisingly, turned out to be too expensive for a club that has suffered for years from the lack of a prolific striker. The irony is that this salary does not exceed the current salary of Bruno Fernandes, the team's leader, and is certainly less than what Casemiro, Rashford and Sancho received or still receive, players who are almost guaranteed to leave the club this summer. Casemiro has already agreed to a transfer to Saudi Arabia, Sancho is negotiating with Juventus, and Rashford wants a change of scenery after a disastrous season. Against this backdrop, refusing to pay a top forward who scored 37 goals in 41 matches for Galatasaray looks not like a strategy, but like stupidity and pettiness, especially considering that United spent huge sums on players who did not live up to expectations, from Alexis Sanchez to Harry Maguire. Meanwhile, Galatasaray has already agreed personal terms with Osimhen and is preparing for a decisive round of negotiations with Napoli. The Italians demand full payment of the clause, 75 million euros, and the Turkish giant is ready to do so. United again risks being left without a true number, 9, not due to competition, but due to its own indecision and fear of paying for quality. And if Osimhen does end up in Istanbul, it will be another example of how a club that was once a symbol of ambition is turning into a team that fears its own shadow. FC Barcelona has officially extended the contract of 35-year-old Polish goalkeeper Wojciech Szczęsny. The new agreement runs until June 30th, 2027. Szczęsny, who unexpectedly returned from football retirement after Marc-André ter Stegen's injury, had a brilliant season with the Blaugranas. In 30 matches for Barca in the 2024-25 season, he kept 14 clean sheets and remained undefeated in La Liga. His experience and stability were key for Hansi Flick's young team, which won 3 trophies: La Liga, the Copa del Rey, and the Supercopa. Interestingly, Szczęsny returned to football after announcing his retirement in August 2024. Barcelona approached him as a free agent, and the Pole not only accepted the challenge, but became one of the heroes of the season. His contract extension raises new questions about the future of ter Stegen, who only returned to play at the end of the season and is currently behind Szczęsny in form. Barcelona also signed young Spanish goalkeeper Joan Garcia from Espanyol, so competition for the goalkeeping position will be serious next season. But for now, Szczęsny remains number 1. Barcelona is not giving up on trying to sign Luis Díaz and is already preparing a third offer after 2 rejections. The Catalans offered Liverpool 60 million euros, but the English club insists on a sum of no less than 80 million euros. Díaz himself, according to Yahoo Sports, has rejected a new contract offer from Liverpool and has informed the management of his desire to move to Barca. Hansi Flick's club sees him as a key player on the left wing after the failure to sign Nico Williams, and Díaz has become the number 1 priority. The player also does not hide his sympathy for the Blaugranas, and his father has repeatedly stated that this has been Luis's childhood dream. However, Bayern Munich has now seriously entered the race. According to Bild, the Bavarians have already agreed personal terms with Díaz and are ready to offer Liverpool the full 80 million euros, which Barcelona has not yet matched. This puts the Catalans in a difficult position. Either they match Bayern's offer, or they risk losing a player who himself dreams of moving to the Blaugrana. Liverpool, despite public statements about wanting to keep the player, has already rejected 2 offers from Barca and did not accept Bayern's first attempt. But the situation could change if Díaz continues to insist on the transfer, especially since the club has not yet recovered from the death of Diogo Jota, and losing another winger could be a serious blow to squad depth. Thus, the battle for Díaz is entering a decisive phase. Barcelona has a few days to respond. Otherwise, Bayern could finalize the transfer. Inter Miami is seriously working on the transfer of Rodrigo de Paul, and negotiations with Atletico Madrid are already underway. The Argentine, as previously reported, is interested in moving to MLS and is not against joining a club where his close friend Lionel Messi plays. Inter Miami is considering two options: signing de Paul this summer if an agreement can be reached with Atletico on the transfer, or waiting until summer 2026 when the player becomes a free agent. Miami believes that the Messi factor could be decisive. Leo himself is actively persuading de Paul to join the project that has already united many world champions. Another potential mega transfer adds intrigue. Thomas Müller, who recently played his farewell match for Bayern, is also considering a move to Inter Miami. According to Müller himself, he has nothing against playing with Messi, although he has not yet received a direct offer from the club. The veteran does not rule out retiring, but is also open to exotic destinations, with Miami being one of the favorites. According to Transfer Feed, Inter Miami is considering Müller as a potential reinforcement, although LAFC is also a competitor. Thus, Inter Miami could finalize a true Argentine-German blockbuster, uniting Messi, de Paul, Busquets, Alba, and possibly Müller. If the club manages to agree with Atletico and convince Thomas, this will be one of the most high-profile transfer windows in MLS history. Arsenal is nearing the transfer of Victor Gyökeres. The deal is in its final stages. After several rounds of negotiations, Arsenal has made a significant breakthrough in its attempt to sign Victor Gyökeres from Sporting. According to Sky Sports, the player has already agreed personal terms with the Gunners, signing a preliminary agreement for a contract until 2030. Gyökeres will not return to training with Sporting. He is fully focused on moving to the Premier League. The Swedish forward even waived €2 million in salary to facilitate negotiations between the clubs. The problem remains the transfer fee. Sporting insists on €80 to €85 million, although the player and his agent claimed that there was a gentleman's agreement to sell for €60 million plus €10 million in bonuses. Arsenal is currently offering approximately €65 million plus up to €15 million in bonuses, including €5 million for the number of matches played. Gyökeres had a phenomenal season in Portugal, 54 goals and 13 assists in 52 matches, and became Arteta's main attacking target after injuries to Jesus and Havertz. Arsenal wants to complete the transfer before the start of their pre-season tour in Asia, which begins on July 23rd with a match against AC Milan in Singapore. If all goes according to plan, Gyökeres will become the Gunners' new number 9, and possibly Arsenal's most high-profile transfer of the summer, although the Rodrigo transfer is still on the way. Official, Luka Modrić joins AC Milan. Real Madrid legend signs contract after Club World Cup. AC Milan head coach Massimiliano Allegri has confirmed that Luka Modrić will become a Rossoneri player in August, immediately after the conclusion of the Club World Cup, where the Croatian is currently playing for Real Madrid. Modrić, who recently turned 39, is leaving Real after 13 years, 28 trophies, and the status of one of the best midfielders of his generation. He will sign a one-year contract with Milan with a salary of €3.5 million per season, with an option to extend for another year. AC Milan sporting director Igli Tare revealed that the first question Modrić asked during negotiations was, "Will this team be built to win?" And the desire to be a leader again was key to his decision. Allegri, who returned to Milan after the dismissal of Sergio Conceição, sees Modrić as a central figure in the team's rebuilding, which finished only 8th in Serie A last season. Modrić remains in excellent physical condition. In the 2024/25 season, he played 62 matches for Real, scoring 4 goals and providing 9 assists. His goal is to stay in shape until the 2026 World Cup, and Milan will be the ideal platform for this. After years of rumors about a possible move to San Siro, the transfer has finally become a reality, and now Milan gains not just a veteran, but a leader capable of changing the team's mentality. That's it for now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Keep watching for more football action and have a wonderful day.